Join me today as I have what I eat in a day. So for breakfast, we're going to go ahead and have some cottage cheese and tomatoes. Now I love a good and juicy tomato. I want you to take a look at this. Do you see this red juicy tomato? Look at that. I love it. Now here I'm going to go ahead and add my cottage cheese. I usually use about a half of cup. I didn't measure it today, but a half a cup of cottage cheese. All right, so here you see I've added some salt and pepper. Just a little bit of salt to give it a little bit of flavor, and then pepper. Now, if you like, you can go ahead and add a protein shake to give you a little bit more protein and then just to satiate you throughout the morning. But here, perfect juicy tomatoes and cottage cheese. Now, doesn't that look delicious? Look at that. Let's go ahead and have some lunch. So for lunch, I'm going to have some tuna. I like to have mayonnaise, of course, some pickle relish, no sweet, and eggs. I like a lot of eggs. So this is, as you can see, it's a pretty big can of tuna. So I use 4 oiled eggs, and I usually get my tuna in water. So here I've added some onions. I cut up some onions off camera because I decided I wanted to have that little bite. So tuna is a canned fish, so you want to be careful because there is a lot of salt in canned products. However, you do want to season your tuna. Again, we need flavor. This is all about flavor. And flavor is simple. But you do want to season your tuna. Now here you see that I am having some crackers with my tuna. However, I recommend for less carbs to go ahead and have maybe some cucumber slices. You can also use some celery and maybe some rice cakes. All right, let's have some dinner. So now I'm going to make some cabbage and steaks. So here I'm going to go ahead and get the bacon started for my cabbage. I usually don't eat soggy bacon, so it doesn't matter how big the pieces are because I'm not going to eat them. They're just for flavor. Um, so here you see I'm just taking a couple of pieces and cutting them up. Now, if you like to eat your bacon and your cabbage, you can go ahead and chop them up a little bit smaller. But for me, I just chop them in half just for convenience. Now, once your bacon is fully cooked, you can go ahead and add your cabbage. So typically I would drain out some of the bacon fat. However, there wasn't a lot of fat rendered from the bacon. So I went ahead and added my washed cabbage. Now here you'll see what I'm doing is I'm trying to pull the bacon to the top of the pan so that it doesn't burn. And juices will sit and drain from the top of the cabbage. Now that the cabbage has steamed down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add some onion just to add an extra layer of flavor. I have not, I generally do not add, I know that some people put bell peppers, red and green peppers in their cabbage, but I generally do not. For me, a little bit of onion is just fine. So here you see that I'm gonna go ahead and season my cabbage. Again, we need some flavor. So I'm gonna add some pepper. I'm gonna add some seasoned salt, some garlic salt, some onion powder, and you don't see it here on camera, but I also like to add a couple of pats of butter. For me, it just adds a richness to the cabbage. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get started on these steaks. Here, I rinsed them off, and here I am just patting them dry so that I can go ahead and add the seasoning and get them fried up. So it looks like somehow I lost the footage in regards to my seasonings, but I wanted to let you know what I used to season my steak. I had some thyme, some rosemary, garlic, roasted garlic, rosemary, and sea salt, some onion powder, and then some old-fashioned pepper. So those are the seasonings that I used for my steak. Here I use some avocado oil to fry my steaks. Now, I know you see the white stuff on my counter, but that's just soap because for me wiping down my counters. But I have completed I have finished cooking all 4 pieces of steak. Um, and I'm super excited to eat because if you can smell what's going on in here, baby. So here I am. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm making my plate. Choosing the best piece. I think I'm choosing the best piece of steak that I want to eat, and I'm putting the rest in the microwave. So let's go ahead and plate this up. Oh, let me give you a look see at my steak and my cabbage. It looks so good. And yes, you can see the ash on my hands, but when I cook, I wash my hands constantly. So here we are. We have our plated steak and cabbage. Nothing fancy, but also delicious. Flavor made simple. That's what I eat in a day. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, keep it simple. Flavor made simple.